Hi, have you ever heard of this movie? Or its sequel? Because if not, you're in for a treat today, let me tell you. So first in context, when I started this channel a few months ago, the first thing I wanted to do was make sure there was variety in the movies I covered. I'm a fan of pretty much every genre, so I thought it was about time to bring some horror into the mix. But I didn't want to do true horror movies because I feel like A, that's not that fun to talk about, at least in my opinion, but also because I'm a scared little bitch. So that's when I remembered Netflix's horror comedy from 2017, The Babysitter. And that's not to be confused with the 1995 film, The Babysitter, or The Babysitters, or The Babysitter's Club, Babysitting, The Babysitter's Seduction, Don't Tell My Mom the Babysitter's Dead, Adventures in Babysitting, the original and the new one. Is that Sabrina Carpenter? My Babysitter's a Vampire, and oh my god, why are there so many movies with babysitter in the title? What the f— But I feel like this movie is heavily underrated, so I wanted to talk to you guys about it today. Along with its sequel, we'll talk about that one too, which just so happens to have Jenna Ortega in it. There's some incentive for some of you to stay till the end of the video. But without further ado, let's get into The Babysitter. That sounded weird. I don't like how I said that. That was some weird phrasing. Can we just get to the movie? Okay, no. You can't just start the movie like that, man. I'm not prepared for this. So the actual first scene of the movie is when we're introduced to our main character, Cole, a complete and utter loser who's shy and awkward and doesn't have a lot of friends. I don't know why they would make those his main traits. I mean, I don't know anyone who would relate to a character like that. Why are y'all looking at me? But we learn he's also afraid of needles, which will become important later in the story.
Boys, man, be cool. Shit, man. How you gonna take this shot? Step over here and take the shot, just like you take some ass.
I'm sorry, what? What did you say? Also, I love this poster. Gonorrhea is not nice. I mean, it's like the most... Like, yes, I'm sure it's not nice, but I feel like you could have used bigger words to like show the emphasis of how serious. Whatever. It's not important. But then we meet his only real friend, Melanie, and I gotta give credit to this movie. I really like how they tackle this scene, where everyone else is in slow motion except for Cole and Melanie. I just think that's really cool. And I know before you all comment, yes, I'm sure The Babysitter from 2017 made by Netflix was not the first movie to do this type of effect where everyone's slow motion except for these two. I know, I'm aware. I'm just saying I think they utilized it pretty well here. See, like I said at the beginning, I think this movie is underrated. Unlike my last two videos, I'm not going to completely shit on this movie. Keyword completely. I'm still gonna make fun of it when it's worth making fun of. I'm not even sorry about that. Anyway, then we meet Melanie's dad. Good old Chris Wilde.
There's my dad.
NASCAR Nation, bitch!
Okay, yeah, he's something, I'll say that. I think it's pretty funny too, if you were to go look up the cast on like IMDb or something, he is literally listed as Melanie's annoying dad. Like, that's literally perfect. Anyway, then we meet Cole's bullies, who I feel like got stuck in the 90s and never left because there's no way these are bullies from 2017.
Well. Hey, colonoscopy.
Okay, I'm sorry. I know I said I wasn't gonna completely shit on the movie, but when I have to, I have to. Even though it's blurry, my man clearly doesn't say anything here.
Well.
Like, they added some ADR in there for sure.
On Saturday, I hooked up with Shelley McIntyre.
The sophomore?
A sophomore, but in many ways, she was a senior.
What?
I mean, she is a woman, fully developed, man. It's crazy, man. Man, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, no. They are not adding in those sound effects. We've got the bed frame creak. We've got the what is that? Like holding a balloon when they're talking about her, you know, like, bro, this movie's amazing. I'm sorry, it's amazing.
Sorry, it was.
Hey, I can do that too. I know I'm making fun, but I do love this movie, man. Anyway, then we finally meet The Babysitter.
Did you just touch Cole?
So what if I did?
You so much as think about Cole again, and I'm gonna.
You crazy bitch.
Okay, yeah. No. I got nothing. I got nothing for this scene. Anything I'm thinking that she said to him probably shouldn't be said. But then we get a little exposition on B and Cole's relationship. B is the babysitter, by the way.
Hey, is that the roof of your treehouse?
I don't care. I mean, my Treehouses are for kids anyway.
Dude, this actor does a phenomenal job at making me cringe. He's just so awkward, but he's so good at it. Again, totally not relatable at all, but seriously, such a good actor in that respect. Okay. What are we doing here? First of all, that is just not the best way to wash your car. You're only spraying like half of it and wasting a ton of water. Second of all, just no. Just no. Anyway, then we meet Cole's mom, which like I just said for Cole a minute ago, the casting in this movie is great because Cole's parents are perfect.
Do you think I'm a pussy mom?
Honey, do you know what that word means?
Again, I gotta say it, they definitely added in her dialogue after the fact.
Honey, do you know what that word means?
I'm not actually judging or criticizing this movie because again, I love this movie, but I gotta point it out when I see it, okay? It's the non-diagnosed OCD in me.
Engage.
Dad, did you know that 7 teenagers die a day from driving?
Really? Wow. Did you know that 14 teenagers die a day from over-worrying?
Dude, this dad is the fucking best. Also, when I was younger, I was also scared to learn how to drive. Even canceled some classes because I was too scared. So maybe I can relate to Cole a little bit here, maybe. But you know, I'm still totally much cooler and less cringy than him in every which way possible, obviously. But I'll give you that one, Cole. Driving's scary.
Hey, let me ask you something. Do your friends, do they make fun of you for still having a babysitter?
Yeah, but then they see her and they get really jealous.
Yeah, heck yeah, they do.
Okay, I don't love that.
Cole, will you clean up the toys in the hallway for me?
Okay, Mom.
Much cleaner.
That car looks conveniently placed in the middle of the hallway. I'm sure that won't come up later. Also, dude, your mom asked you to pick up your toys, and you picked up one out of like a dozen. Come on, man. Also, bro's got the nerdiest room I've ever seen. The only thing to make it worse is if he had like Star Wars sheets or something, which I certainly never had. I didn't.
Who cares?
Okay, fine. So my man has no taste. Mad Men was a goated show.
Hey, hey, that doesn't seem safe at all.
Do you want me to put it back?
No, I'm gonna put this in the dishwasher because it's coated in my sweat and fear.
So then Cole and Melanie talk about how she thinks that B, Cole's babysitter, secretly brings boys over when she's at his house. So they devise a plan for Cole to stay up and see if that's true. I imagine some of you who haven't seen this are probably wondering when the horror starts because this is a horror comedy. And I will tell you, we're almost there, so just bear with me, we're getting there. Dude, what is up with that joke? It's so stupid.
Honey, not that I'm rushing you in any way, but weren't we supposed to leave at 5?
No, honey, 5:30 to avoid holiday traffic.
Oh, okay, we're supposed to leave at 5.
Dude, this dad is the best. He's the kind of dad I hope to be when I'm older. Anyway, so Cole's parents go off on their trip, so Cole and B hang out and they make pizzas and they dance and this. It's a fun movie. Then when it's time for bed, B offers Cole a shot to help him go to sleep. But Cole doesn't want to take it because he wants to find out what happens after he goes to sleep. So he fakes taking it. Anyway, so then Cole waits a few hours to see that some people have indeed shown up at his house. But it's not quite what he expected. Oh no, not the Vine King himself.
Don't watch movies anymore. Thank you. Come again.
Again, what is this cast? First we get Robbie Amell, who's in like everything, from The Flash to Resident Evil to The Duff of all movies. Then Bella Thorne, which I don't even remember the last movie she was in. Oh, I guess she was in The Duff as well. Whatever. Then to King Batch? Bach? How do you pronounce his name? The Vine guy who jump scared me when I saw him on Walking Dead. Like, what are you doing here? And then the creepy whisper girl from Pitch Perfect. This is either a near perfect cast or a nightmare of a cast, depending on who you are. You guys let me know what you think. Oh, and then there's this kid, but let's just say we don't need to know about him for much longer.
B. Truth or dare?
Dare.
I dare you to kiss everyone here.
It's a good movie. What can I say? It's a good movie. In all seriousness, there was something I wanted to mention regarding this movie. For those of you who don't know, the reason I don't upload here that often is one, these videos do take some time to make, but two, this is not my main job. I'm actually the main editor for Alex Hefner's TV and Movie Vault. You can actually tell because I'm wearing one of his shirts. The editor's note and me, he made that shirt because of me. I'm the editor's note guy, so, you know, kind of famous over there. Anyway. A lot of you have found your way here from his channel. So for those of you who have watched him or have at least heard of him, tell me this isn't a perfect movie for him. Like, yes, we haven't gotten to the horror part yet, but there's jump scares, there's funny moments, and then there's scenes like this. Like, this movie was made for Alex, am I wrong? If you agree, let me know down below, and I could talk to him and see about maybe him doing a reaction to this. Or even feel free to politely spam his videos telling him to watch this. But again, be nice about it. I'm trying to build a nice, respectful community over here, okay? Anyway, back to the movie. The dare to kiss everyone in the room leads B to going towards Samuel, who does seem like the outlier of the group. And then what happens is, well, I don't think any words I say will do justice to this scene, so just give it a watch. Yeah. Remember when I said this was a comedy slash horror? Now you've seen the horror.
You look like Carrie, but black.
Carrie would have been better if she was black. She would have been covered in Hennessy. What the hell are you wearing?
I just came from a game. That's why I'm wearing this, obviously. I was not gonna miss this.
I mean, nobody's done human sacrifice.
People have always done human sacrifice.
Yeah, but like, not in America with hot people.
What? So the general premise is that B has this book that has these spells, and if you sacrifice someone, like Samuel, and mix it with the blood of an innocent, in this case Cole, then you can make a deal with the demon to basically get whatever you want. Cole hears this and tries to hide in his room.
Yo, this kid's hobby must be getting bullied.
Do you have the needle?
Okay, who else immediately heard the CinemaSins sound effect right there? And yes, I know CinemaSins did not create that sound, they didn't coin it, they just use it a lot, but I love that sound effect, and I love that this movie used it. I bet I could find that exact sound effect in like 2 searches tops. Yep, there it is. Anyway, so they then take Cole's blood, which I gotta say, Cole, you are a trooper, man, because we know you're afraid of needles, so knowing that you took 2 needles to the arm and you didn't squirm at all, dude, you are stronger than me, man. Stronger than me. Is Cole getting too cool for me already? But then he tries to escape, but he ends up fainting because I guess his blood sugar was low after they took his blood. I don't know, that's just the excuse they made for the movie, so.
Why is he shirtless?
You'll feel better if you eat the cookie, Cole. You fainted.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Your blood sugar is low. Eat the cookie. Are you mad at me?
Cookie.
I don't really like the way she said that. She said the K twice. Cook key. I guess that's how you would say it if you were pronouncing it so slow. Whatever. Aaron, what are you fucking talking about?
Why is his shirt covered in blood?
Because no one would let me borrow a shirt.
You know me, I'm good with secrets. I won't tell my parents that you guys were having an orgy and needed my blood to do it.
Do you even know what an orgy is?
I'm guessing it's something sad people do because they want other sad people to like them. And they can forget for 1 minute how sad they are in general.
That's actually a pretty good answer.
Like, I just want to be in the writer's room to see how they come up with this kind of stuff. I mean, it's great. It's just great. So anyway, then the cops come because Cole was able to call them when he was hiding in his room before. And then this scene happens. You know, I don't always love when they over-exaggerate, you know, deaths and fight scenes, but Bella Thorne being sent across the room by a handgun shot is so dumb that I can't help but love it.
Who's gonna motorboat these, B?
How you like it? Let me know. You want them quick or you want them long?
All right, King, you gotta chill, man. But then somehow Cole manages to escape upstairs, and then, what do you know? The toy car comes into play.
Hey, this ain't Home Alone. Oh, shit!
Anyway, so Cole manages to escape from the house and then grabs some tools from the garage. He then hides in the crawl space where his mom was at the beginning of the movie, which, by the way, why are there so many tarantulas? Like, it's one thing to have like one under the house, but why are there multiple? Why are there so many? I don't do spiders, man. I don't do spiders. No, no.
Is this where you are?
Like, I'm not crazy, right? That has to be the most YouTube-ass intro sound effect I've ever heard. Like, it has to be.
Did you just blow up Sonya?
No,
I mean, I'm not even mad. I'm a little surprised. What did that?
a firework?
A firework? Holy shit. Damn, good for you, kid. That is awesome.
Dude, I think Max is my favorite of the villains. He literally just loves to kill people and has fun doing it. And then he even hypes up Cole for killing Sonya. It's great. And then in the next scene, this happens.
What the hell is that? You gotta be shitting me. You egg your house a lot?
Sometimes.
You gonna let that little punk come onto your property and disrespect you like that? You need to wreck his ass.
Are you kidding me?
Get out there and crush that bitch. Go.
Like, he literally stops killing Cole to give a pep talk to him about how to stand up to his bullies. Like, why? Why do it? Anyway, Cole tries to tell his bully that he's in real danger, but the bully doesn't care. So we get back to the chase scene between Max and Cole.
Badass kid, Cole.
You know, for how funny this movie is, my God, are some of the deaths brutal. But damn, I'll miss Max. Sad we'll never get to see these characters again. So then Cole runs over to Melanie's house, explains everything that's been happening, and then there's a whole Jurassic Park horror scene between them and B.
Are you okay?
I've had a really bad night. The last guy I saw get kissed got stabbed in the head by 2 knives.
Just because she's a psychopath doesn't mean women are evil.
Okay, this scene is so dumb. Why are you not more concerned? Also, this...
Just because she's a psychopath doesn't mean women are evil.
Yeah, I'm sure that line won't come into question later in the series. Anyway, then Cole goes back to his house to face B once and for all. Like I said, man, this cast is great. Bella Thorne handled this role perfectly.
Oh, dishwasher.
Okay, whoa, Jesus. Movie, what the hell? Why? Why was that necessary? Hey, can we cut to the scene with the parents to show that one of them moved the knife from the dishwasher? Not interesting enough. Can we add a little more to the scene, if you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? So then B kills Bella Thorne's character in another gruesome way, and then B and Cole have a talking to where Cole threatens to burn her book that has all the spells and shit.
You're Don Draper from Mad Men. How he's all cool and everybody loves him. And then he goes home and you find out he has a wife the whole time.
Did you just ruin Mad Men for me?
It's not even on anymore. You'll live.
Still.
Dude, that's like me with the Clone Wars video. Ooh, I ruined Clone Wars for people. No. First of all, the show came out 15 years ago. Second of all, if you never noticed the mistakes I pointed out, then you were never a true fan like I was, who watched the show religiously several times.
I'm not the first kid, am I?
No.
I wonder if that will come up later. So then Cole goes and burns the book, and while B tries to put out the fire, Cole runs over and steals the car from Melanie's annoying dad. In a badass way, might I add. I think Cole's a little too cool for me now. Can't even relate to him anymore. But then Cole does this. For some reason. So the movie ends with B dying and Cole saving the day. The main bully's henchmen actually show Cole some respect. Melanie's annoying dad gets angry about his car, which is pretty satisfying to watch, and Cole reunites with his family, telling them that he doesn't need a babysitter anymore. So that's how the first movie ends. Or is it? Crazy! B survived. I did not see that coming. I mean, come on, the movie had to do a post-credit scene where the killer lives, right? I mean, they just had to. So let me know, guys, do you think this movie is underrated? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with my stance? I only say this is underrated because I feel like if you were to go out and talk to someone and be like, hey, have you ever seen The Babysitter? They're not gonna know what you're talking about, compared to like, hey, have you seen Scream or The Conjuring or something like that? That's why I think it's underrated, me personally. But just let me know what you guys think. Luckily for us, we also have its sequel, which I would say is arguably just just as good as the first one. So without further ado, let's dive into The Babysitter, Killer Queen, featuring Jenna Ortega. You know, I gotta give this movie credit. It's sticking to its roots. I feel like that's what I like about sequels like this, when they give you more of the same, but in a good way. They continue the jokes that are funny, at least in my opinion, and they feel like direct continuations of the first one. I also, on a more serious note, feel like sequels do better when all of the main actors and even some of the side actors come back. Knowing that they come back to do a sequel like this, I feel like must mean they have fun doing this, which I feel like makes for an even better sequel in my personal opinion. At least that's what I hope is the case. I don't know, maybe they all get a big check from this movie. I don't know. Either way, I feel like that's what helps make a good sequel, and in my opinion, this is a good sequel. So the second movie starts off 2 years after the events of the first movie, where Cole has some major PTSD. What's even worse is that since B lived, she also managed to cover everything up, leading everyone to believe that Cole is crazy and made the whole story up.
You want to know what the only thing worse than being invisible is? Not being invisible.
Toss this pussy into the mental ward, guys.
It's my own fault.
Okay, first of all, no one bullies like that, at least to my knowledge. Second of all, lady, what the fuck are you doing with that balloon? Like, what?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior.
Yeah, I've been going for 3 years.
That settles it. We just gotta get you laid.
That's your advice?
That's what the fuck just came out of my mouth, ain't it? Oh, we boys, But look, you're not my only student. Some of them have gonorrhea.
Okay, I feel like I didn't give this guy enough credit in the first movie. His interactions with Cole are fucking hilarious. Also, I like that they do the callback to gonorrhea again. Like, dude, why do so many people at the school have gonorrhea? What's up with that? Also, side note, I do have an issue with this scene. So Cole says that he's a junior, but in the first movie, they said that he was only 12. So if it's 2 years later, he would be 14. The average age of a junior in high school is between the ages of 16 and 17. So if he's 14, which would be the age of like a freshman, how is he a junior? You could argue that maybe he skipped a couple grades, but if that was the case, then Melanie would have also skipped a couple grades because they're in the same class and I'm pretty sure they're the same age. So that's just a side note. It's nothing earth-shatteringly important, but I wanted to point it out.
You saw what I saw, right? I mean, B, the cops, the blood. Please, you gotta help me out.
Didn't Dr. Davis say not to talk about this stuff?
Big Carl talks a lot about prioritizing positive memories, like the time he saw Rihanna at Outback Steakhouse.
All right, I was about to praise this movie again for doing that slow-mo thing, but they did the ADR thing again.
The time he saw Rihanna at Outback Steakhouse.
I'm sorry to keep pointing it out, but once I see it, I can't unsee it, okay? I've even skipped over some of them so that this video isn't full of them, but this one was just incredibly obvious to me. In all seriousness, that's my only real critique of this movie so far, the only real mistake, and I'm still definitely enjoying my time with this movie, so don't take my commentary or my criticisms too seriously. Anyway, then we meet Melanie's new friends and her boyfriend, which, by the way, Cole, brother, how'd you fumble the bag, bro? You kissed Melanie in the last movie, leaving her wanting more, and she's even reminded you of that in this movie already. And yet she's dating someone else? Come on, man. We said in the last movie that you got cooler than me, and now you're doing something that I would do.
This was answers on faith and...
And there she is. Jenna Ortega.
She comes to us from the Guardian Angel program.
Queso? I'm sorry, I had to. But we all know Queso's too nice of a streamer to bully someone. Anyway, we finally get introduced to the new girl, Phoebe, and boy is she a character.
Phoebe, tell us 3 things about yourself.
I think snakes are the most misunderstood reptiles. My favorite movie vacillates between Deliverance or anything by Rob Reiner, and I'm late.
What are you talking about? You're right on time.
Oh no, Principal Highbridge, my period.
So like, I feel like only someone like Jenna Ortega could pull this type of character off, you know? Like, I don't know what it is, like she's got a, what? Aura? Is that the right word? Is that how you use that word? I don't know. I'm 24. I don't know how to use Gen X, Gen Z slang. And yes, I'm 24. I'm not 40. Why did everyone think I was 40 in open season? Maybe it was because I was so incredibly smart and wise in that video. And people are like, ah, he must be older. Because, you know, with age comes wisdom, you know? Maybe that's it. All right, I'll take that compliment. But in all seriousness, it is interesting because I think this movie came out around the time before Jenna Ortega became ultra famous, you know, from like Wednesday and Beetlejuice, that Miller's Girl movie, you know. I mean, I know people probably knew her from Stuck in the Middle or, you know, that one season from You, but I knew her from this. So the next part of the movie deals with Cole's parents trying to get him to take some pills. They, like everyone else, are having some trouble believing Cole's story about the killers, and they try to get him to take some pills to make him better. At least that's what they think. And then his dad walks in on this.
Huh? Oh, no, this is,
Oh, hey, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry.
Oh.
What, are you guys a thing? You're not a thing? What's happening?
She doesn't see me like that.
What? Her loss and your gain. Or I'm not sure how it's your game, but it's her loss.
I mean, at least he tries, but... Anyway, so after learning that Cole doesn't want to take the pills, his parents decide to secretly take him to a mental institution so that he can get better. Cole finds out about this and goes and talks to Melanie about it. During that conversation, he learns that she's planning to go to some lake house thingy, conveniently that same day. And then she sees his pills.
It's no big deal. I mean, everyone is on some shit. Over there?
Her OCD is so bad, if she steps in a crack, she thinks her uterus is gonna explode.
What? Dude, some of these addictions are crazy. From glue to cocaine, what the fuck? Those are the tamest ones. Some people got some weird addictions, man. Okay. Okay, yeah, very funny, that's cool. Okay, yeah, it's true. I drink a lot of chocolate milk. I got the taste buds of a 5-year-old. It's fine, whatever. It's my life. You can't judge me. What are your addictions? Comment those down below. So we learned through rumors that Phoebe apparently killed her parents, and when she opens up her locker, she finds this bunny with a key and a note that says, "It ends tonight." This will all be important later.
Hey, Cole, I believe your parents are here.
Huh, so Cole can either go towards the angelic blue or the devilish red. I'm sure Melanie being on the red side doesn't foreshadow anything. So Cole, Melanie, and her friends ditch school to go down to this lake hangout place thingy. I know they called it something, but I can't remember what it is. But anyway, his parents get worried and go to Melanie's annoying dad for help.
What's up, Nate? Hey, man, where the party at?
Cole's missing.
Oh, no.
Yeah. How does this concern me? Well, we heard that maybe he and Melanie might have ditched together.
Melanie's with Jimmy now.
Who's Jimmy?
You guys know Jimmy?
No, we don't know Jimmy.
Kid is so hilarious. I just slid into his DMs, and we've been like trading back and forth gifs and memes, like so many LOLs, ROTFLs, LMAOs.
Okay. So these movies aren't perfect.
Everything's fine. Come in. Hey, do you have the new Halo? I do, but I am Fortnite Nation, bitch.
Oh, come on. Okay, for those of you who don't know, before I started this channel, I had another channel that was completely devoted to Halo. Halo is my favorite game series of all time, and I was super excited when this movie started talking about it until they brought up Fortnite. I think Fortnite is a perfectly fine game. I just like Halo better. Like, dude, what the hell, man?
Halo?
Hey, don't you dare be saying the word Halo with that much negative connotation, lady. So then they stop at a gas station where Cole ends up buying condoms from this interesting lady. Yeah, that scene happens. Then they get to the lake and oh hey, look who just so happens to be there too. Also, I don't know if I've mentioned this until now, but Cole, the suit. I don't know, man. The full suit, reddish brown with the lines, you know, the ridges. In high school? I mean, I'm no expert, obviously, but I don't know, man. That's the same suit 2 days in a row, too. Did you guys in high school ever have that one kid that always dressed up? There were 2 at my school. I'm not trying to criticize Cole for wearing a suit at all, especially if it's like to help with confidence and stuff. I mean, look at this. I can't talk. However, again, I'm just not sure about the brown. I'm just saying.
Isn't there some sort of a traffic light face recognition?
If that were real, the infidelity wouldn't have caught me by surprise. Fucking bitch.
Who are you talking about?
Look, 9 out of 10 runaways are back by dinner time. Unless they got in a van, then they're dead. But nothing to worry about. If they're not back by tomorrow, I'll bring in ice. Ice, baby.
Oh, okay. What the fuck? I know there's been some weird scenes in these movies, for sure. But what? What the hell was that? Anyway, the group now finds themselves on a boat and they decide to play 2 Minutes in Heaven, and Melanie and Cole get picked first.
Yo, Jimmy, you really gonna put your girl in a closet with some dude?
It's fine. I think he's used to being in the closet, am I right?
Damn, gay jokes are funny, man, especially in 2020.
Don't listen to Jimmy. He's an idiot.
He's your boyfriend.
Not for the next 2 minutes.
I mean, that's gotta be a red flag, right? I know the blue tank top guy isn't exactly a keeper, but I mean, that is a red flag, right? Am I wrong? I mean, I guess if they're both okay with it, but I don't know.
Yo, so you went crazy, right?
Diego, shut up.
You like saw a blood coat or some shit?
Cole's his own homie. He can speak for himself, Noodle.
Bro, what is that? That's either the worst acting I've ever seen in my life or the worst play acting I've ever seen. I say play acting because this is what happens next in the movie.
How do you know about the book now?
Because I signed my name in it, Cole.
Whoa, no way, she's evil? I did not see that coming. Nah, in all seriousness, I actually really like this twist because she definitely acted a little weird in the first movie. She was just a little overly calm, which I think actually leads well to this twist in the second movie. I doubt they actually planned for that when making the first one, but I think it works well with what they established, so it's a good twist, I won't lie. Then we get reintroduced to, yet again, the best or worst, depending on what you think, cast there is. The main group from the first movie.
Miss me?
I watched your skull explode.
Luckily, the devil gives good head.
This was a triple whammy. First, the dumb gag of climbing out of the window. Then second, the sound effects for her, you know. And then third saying, and I quote, "The devil gives good head." I love these movies, man.
Let's get our core cocktail on and finish this.
Yeah, let's fuck him.
What?
Up.
Yeah!
Again, Alex Hefner fans, tell me these aren't made for him. He has literally made that exact joke before.
Yes, Cole! Standing up for yourself just like I showed you.
Dude, I love Max, and the fact that he's shirtless again for no reason, it's great. Then Phoebe shows up because she needs gas for her jet ski and realizes she walked into the wrong room.
Is going to get fucked up.
Okay, I need to slow this scene down. So in the first shot, Cole is holding the fish hook thingy by the handle, right? But in the second shot, when he throws it, the handle's clearly starting to tilt down and the whole hook is going towards her chest area. But when it hits her in the forehead with the handle side. I love it. Again, I'm not pointing it out to show it as a continuity error or a mistake or something. I just think it's funny. Anyway, Cole manages to hop on Phoebe's jet ski and they escape for the time being.
Motherfucker! First Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner break up, now this?
All right, way to date your movie, guys. So then Cole explains everything to Phoebe while the evil people devise a plan to go and capture him.
How hard is it to contain and drain a 60-pound freshman?
See, right there. Is he a junior or a freshman?
Basically, I saw the older ones die 2 years ago, but clearly they're back to life. Like mimetic metal or something.
Liquid alloy?
You watched Terminator 2?
Yes. It's one of the 4 sequels in cinematic history that supersedes the original.
Okay, I gotta ask, what do you think are the 4 sequels that she's talking about here? Or rather, what are the 4 sequels that you think supersede the original? Let me know. I wonder if she's including this movie as one of the 4 sequels. And it's like some low-key fourth wall break scenario, you know? Interesting. Anyway, then there's this whole scene where Phoebe and Cole split up and she runs into this creepy-ass man who wants to, you know. But Cole saves the day. In his own style.
I love s'mores. I eat them just for pleasure.
This is a private party.
We'll just take our private parts and be on our way.
All right, you know, Cole, he's got that awkward riz, but it seems to be working for him. Anyway, then Sonya comes after them with a flamethrower. No, I don't know where she got it either, okay? It doesn't matter. These movies don't need to make sense. I know I had a whole spiel about what age he was and what year he should be in, but whatever.
Cut you like a fish.
Silence, rapist.
I mean, yeah, preach. I'm all for that, yeah. Yeah. So there goes Sonya, with some of her last words being, "Turn off your brights, asshole." This movie's amazing.
Shall we?
All right, shit. I mean, he's got the hand on the headrest while backing up saying, "Shall we?" My man might just have W Riz. Can I really pull off saying that? A 24-year-old man. Either way, he's officially way cooler than me because he's got at least a little bit of Riz. Then the rest of the crew catches up. And guys, come on. There is no way none of them saw Phoebe and Cole hiding under the car. No shot. That is the most visible hiding spot I've ever seen in my life. All right, Where did the snake go? So the snake is about to attack Cole, and then Phoebe grabs it, releases it to that one guy on the right side of the car, and then just a few moments later, Phoebe and Cole shimmy out from under the car on that same right side. Where's the snake? I have noticed I've been picking on the sequel a little bit more than the original, so I'm sorry, I hope it's not too annoying. I'm still loving the hell out of this movie and we're not even done with it. So then Phoebe and Cole make their way to Phoebe's cabin, which was the reason she was out there in the first place. Then this scene happens. Dude, why does everything I watch on this channel deal with rabbits getting abused or straight up killed? First open season and now this? I didn't even remember this scene existed. It's also kind of ironic because for the last couple of weeks in my backyard, we've actually had a rabbit come by and say hi. I mean, look at him, he's so cute. So one thing I forgot to mention that they do in this movie, which I think is kind of cool, is that they do these flashbacks to kind of show everybody's reasoning as to why they joined the blood cult in the first place, which I think is a really cool touch. In the first movie, we didn't really get a lot as far as what everyone's motivations were, at least not specifically. So I think that's a really cool addition they made in this movie. No! Elliot! Bro, what the fuck? Fuck you, Bella Thorne.
Oh shit. Don't you fucking dare!
You know, they've had some pretty creative ways to kill people in this series, but this one might be the best. And the dumbest. Very much deserved though for killing Elliot. Bitch.
Freeze, baby dolphin.
What? So now Max is the main person going after Cole and chases them onto a boat, only to get killed by flammable silly string and the rotor. We also get to see Max's backstory, which is simply that he wanted an excuse to kill people. And of course, they had to stick with the running gag of having him shirtless even back then.
Why aren't you wearing a shirt, you
Whoa, okay, I know Max is a psychopath and a killer, but you gotta cool it, Karen.
I should be excited I didn't get killed first. That's some post-Jordan Peele era horror movie progress.
Hey, that's facts. He didn't die first. And I like how they called out and mentioned Jordan Peele's films. I think that's awesome. Do I want to ask it? I kind of want to ask it. So is it more or less racist to kill the black guy first if he's one of the villains? Or does it not matter? I'm just asking. I just want your guys' opinions.
I'm no math major, but I do know that out of the 8 of us, 73% are dead, which leaves 49% alive, and only 6% will make it out of here.
All right, well, now I have to title this as The Babysitter Can't Math. So the next scene involves these two guys, which, to be honest, I never actually learned their names, deciding to back out of the deal because it's a little too much for them and not what they signed up for. However...
Sorry, Mel. Bros before...
Yeah, apparently you can't back out of this deal. Then we get a little more backstory about Phoebe.
I wanted to be Alice from Alice in Wonderland. Go on adventures along the way. Wild, deranged adventures.
So kind of like now.
This is actually a really cute scene. We have yet to do some on this channel, but I'm a sucker for rom-coms. That is a full rom-com moment there, with the stars and the music. A little out of place for this movie, but I liked it either way, I can't help it.
Yo, we make a left here, we go to Wakanda, forget the whole thing. I've been practicing my accent. Is this your kid?
Not a chance in hell.
Okay, first of all, what? But second of all, why are you standing like that? Also, I don't know when it happened, but did you change clothes? And why? Why is this the outfit you wear to a blood ritual? I mean, to each their own, I guess. I guess I don't know what the alternative, I don't know what you're supposed to wear to, whatever. So Phoebe and Cole find their way to the cabin, and the way to get in was using the key that was placed in Phoebe's locker along with the bunny and that note, which is a little interesting. And then this scene happens.
That was not fun for either of us.
Shit.
Can I help you clean that up?
Nah, it's cool. You're in a sterile. Come on, I'll survive.
No. Phoebe, wipe your face right now. Wash your face. Ew. I know she said it was sterile, but no. It's even worse because I know what happens next. In the next scene, they find their way down to the hideout bunker and they, you know, ew. Anyway, going along with that scene, instead of showing what happens, they show this. To end with the Wilhelm scream. Okay. But on a more serious note, we finally get to learn about the story between what happened with Phoebe and her parents. And it was that she left her bunny behind somewhere, and when she went to go get it, her car crashed into the car her parents were in, leading to their death. Then we cut back to Melanie. So to get to Cole, Melanie decides to call his dad, who has no idea what's happening, and he manages to get Cole to come out of the bunker. We then learn John's backstory, where he sings terribly, but still wants to go platinum. Then he dies a truly horrific death, which I think is kind of funny because he died by antlers, kind of like how that white dad died in Get Out, which is one of those Jordan Peele movies he was praising earlier. I just think that was kind of a cool and funny touch. But Cole and Phoebe manage to escape yet again, and they split up. And while that happens, Melanie kills her dad, who just so happens to also be there.
That's it! I'm taking your IUD!
Okay, so this movie is definitely dumb and unrealistic. I think we've established that. But I feel like this scene was a little too goofy, even for this movie. I mean, they went full Monty Python here. Anyway, unfortunately, Cole's dad catches up to him and drugs him to get him home safely. Meanwhile, Melanie catches up to Phoebe.
The knife toss isn't your specialty, Melanie.
You're a self-loathing, whiny bitch.
Okay, first off, Jenna Ortega actually sounds 16 or 17, but why does Melanie sound like she's 35? I never realized how low her voice was in comparison, my god. Secondly, I love the hell out of the scene. This is great. I love it. However, if you're gonna do a scene like this, I feel like you gotta do it more often. Again, this is really cool, but it's kind of jarring when it's the only scene that does it. I feel like they took a lot of inspiration from Scott Pilgrim and movies like it, but they didn't commit to it 100%, which I feel like you kind of need to. That's my only little nitpick of this scene. Besides that, I love it. But unfortunately, Melanie wins the fight, and the movie shifts to this very demonic setting with these satanic altars, where Phoebe is then strung up.
The way he looked at you, that's the same way he used to look at me.
Are you gonna monologue me to death?
Yes! Yes! Thank you, Phoebe! Thank you! Isn't it so annoying when a main villain can easily win, but instead they divulge their entire plan and monologue them to death like Phoebe said? Like seriously, I can't stand people in movies and videos who will just yap and yap and yap talking about all of this stuff and going on all these excruciating details forever and ever, and they can never just get to the point, and they're so annoyed because they just keep talking and talking and talking, and they never take a breath, and it's to the point where you want to leave a comment saying, "Oh my gosh, will you take a breath and shut the hell up? You are absolutely so annoying, Aaron." Sorry about that. So then Cole wakes up and manages to steal his dad's car to go back and rescue Phoebe. And then we get the final twist.
Hey, you have me. Let her go.
Not until I deliver.
For who?
For her.
B?
You two know each other?
She was my babysitter.
So I think this is actually pretty cool. In the first movie, I mentioned that there's this almost throwaway line where B has done this sort of thing with kids before. But to actually showcase it in the sequel is cool. It was a nice setup from the first movie. It's here too where we learn that B was the one driving the car that Phoebe was in when it crashed into her parents' car, which in turn led to B making a deal with the demon in order to survive the crash. Or so we think. But then they take Cole's blood to officially complete the ritual. However, it does not go as planned.
The blood of the sacrifice mixed with the blood of the innocent. But you're not so innocent anymore, are you?
He's a virgin! He has to be! Who'd have sex with that?
You want to tell him or should I?
So because Phoebe and Cole, you know, canoodled in the bunker, Cole was no longer innocent, which meant that the blood didn't work for the ritual and everyone who drank the blood died. Also, I'm glad they finally used the song this movie was named after. Shout out to Queen. We then learned that B made the deal with the demon not to save herself, but to save Phoebe, who was gonna die from her injuries in the car crash. Then they all have a touching reunion, but B still ends up drinking the blood and dying from the ritual because apparently the ritual's not done until they all drink the blood. I guess. Yeah, like that was the one thing I didn't quite understand. I didn't really know the specifics of what the deal was, which I kind of wish I got in this movie. Like, what was the deal specifically? That the demon would save Phoebe, but you have to lead people to do some blood ritual in your honor or something, and then it's a fair trade, or you have to die at some point, like 10 years from now, sell your soul? I don't know. I've been rewatching Supernatural in my free time, so, you know, I want the details, man. Whatever, it's fine. It's still a satisfying ending.
What the fuck was that? You were telling me the truth. Oh my God, I gotta call your mom and tell you that you're not nuts.
You believe me?
Yeah.
Let me show you something you won't believe.
I'm gonna take a picture of that.
All right, that's a little weird to be taking a picture of that, but Anyway, luckily the dad saw everything at the end, so now his parents fully believe Cole and his story. Then in the very last scene, Cole gets this brand new outfit, which once again makes him way cooler than me. Like, the series started out where I said he was an unrelatable loser, and then he was someone I could relate to, and now he's dating Jenna Ortega and he's all dripped out. Like, I can't compete with that. Movie sucks. The main character's too unrelatable.
Get your ass up. Come on, let's hug it out. Look at you. You think you're putting in work. You just get a bonus.
What? Alright guys, drop your theories below. I have no idea if a third movie will actually ever be made, but if it were to, what would the story be about? Where does the story go from here? What are your theories? What are your thoughts? My theory is that the mom goes crazy and finds the book. Her and her husband were having some sort of marital problems, and she was the only one who didn't see all the crazy shit go down, so maybe her herself will do something crazy. I don't know. Those are just my thoughts. What do you guys think? What do you think it'll be about? Anyway, that was The Babysitter and The Babysitter Killer Queen. What do you guys think? Do you think it's underrated like I said? Do you agree with my thoughts or no? And tell me, is Cole cooler than me? You can be honest, just, you know, be nice. I'm still a fragile little bitch boy who still drinks chocolate milk to this day. I need to stop comparing myself to main characters. This is a problem. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. These movies were a ton of fun to make a video about, so let me know if there's other movies like this you'd want me to cover. Also, a big thank you to all of you for us reaching 5,000 subscribers. That is a crazy number and I never expected to get it, especially so fast, so I'm so incredibly thankful. Thank you guys. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.